No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Yo, talk about a way to emotionally ratify everyone watching with Black Clover episode 170, the final episode of the Black Clover anime, hopefully for now, because man, it hit the feels. It definitely helped to tie a few different things, but I'd be lying if I said like, oh, it perfectly wrapped things up, considering the fact we're in the middle of an arc right now. So yeah, man, October 3rd 2017, a series came along that would change a lot of people's lives and bring a lot of joy to a lot of people's lives as well. The Black Clover anime. I can't believe it has been almost, 4 or 5 years now at this particular point. And yo, it's been insane. 170 episodes. And, as of March 30th, 2021, we reached the end. Now, to talk a little bit about this final episode, this finale, so to speak, the past with Asta and Liebe. And to be honest with you, I didn't expect for us to get this. Like, I genuinely thought, now that we're here and I can talk about it, I genuinely thought the anime was going to end with the capture of Yami, and I thought like, yo, that would actually leave for some incredible suspense and for a lot of people to be like, holy cow, I need this back ASAP. So that's what I thought was going to happen, and to be honest with you, it kind of still is. I mean, this is the aftermath of this, and a little bit of training, and the big thing that I feel like they wanted to accomplish was like, because at the end of the day, this is the end for now. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. I got some ideas of what's going to happen. We'll talk about that in a second, but they want to at the very least leave it so that if they never return with the Black Clover anime, this is the best possible outcome, considering the fact that it's still adapting the manga content, because it wraps up the whole big thing of Asta having this demon in his grimoire and being magicless and his mysterious past and stuff like that. It tried its best to at the very least wrap up some of that stuff, because we see, which a lot of people still at this point are assuming, it's not confirmed, but there's been a lot of heavy hints that woman, Licita, is Asta's mom. Looks like him, kind of acts like him, has a similar situation as Henry, oddly enough, and just her meeting with this child that, well, he's a demon and whatnot, and seeing Liebe's past and what led him to this particular point and why he hates demons, devils, and man, it was tough. It was tough. I'm surprised that they turned this around, because this chapter, this stuff that we just recently got out of, was not that long ago. It was only a few months ago that all this came out of the manga, and they brought this to the anime. Beautiful art, some awesome animation as well when Asta's fighting Liebe, and yo, I can't believe it's over. I really can't believe it. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't feel like this is the best stopping point in the world, because just think about it for a second. Like, the Black Clover anime left off with Yami in captivity. Like, if we never return to this series again, we'll leave it off with basically the captain of the Black Bulls being ensnared and captured. Now, mind you, we do have the announcement of the film. We don't know the contents of the film. For all we know, this film is going to be one massive wrap-up of the remainder of the story, which I don't necessarily know would be even possible without at the very least cutting major portions of the story, because as it stands right now, and if you want to read the Black Clover manga right now, in fact, I highly encourage you to go read the Black Clover manga. It's been phenomenally flames for a while now. Go to chapter 270, page 13 of 15. Make sure you're reading the one that has 15 pages, because it's page 13 where the manga leaves off exactly. So basically, there's only 17 chapters in between the manga and the anime as of right now. There's 287 chapters out in Japan and, just in general, and we adapted 270, which is absolutely insane. I don't even know how they did this quick turnaround of like animating this stuff that was just made a few months back. But either way, they could be trying to fit it all into the movie. I doubt that. I kind of feel like the movie might be squeezed into what's supposed to come, because obviously you see that there's Asta and Liebe there. Without getting into too many spoilers, there's going to have to be an adjustment for Asta in order for him to be able to take on the Spade Nation. So I think the movie potentially is going to take place in between certain sections shortly after what just went down in the anime. That's where I think the movie's going to take place. I don't think it's going to go all the way into everything that is happening, the big enchilada of the, the get back, so to speak, in the manga right now, but we gotta wait and see. And man, yeah, Black Clover ending, it's wild. When this series first started, between Yuki Tabata saying that he wanted his series to be as long as One Piece, and Shonen Jump and Shueisha coming out and say that they're trying to push this to be the next Naruto, and unfortunately it didn't go that way. Unfortunately, throughout the series' run, there's just been so many things that came at it. Like Black Clover, in and of itself, the irony of it is that the series, the same as the main character, went through a lot of trials and tribulations and a lot of struggles, because from the jump between the decision to make Asta's, voice very loud and rambunctious, which I ain't gonna lie, yeah, Asta screaming in the first handful of episodes or so, it was a little bit annoying, but the way people made it out to seem like, oh my god, this series is unwatchable, as if every single line of dialogue that comes out of his mouth is him screeching or something like that, was a bit of a stretch. But that was one of the big things that kind of put adversity towards the series. The fact that the anime adaptation, people already had an issue that they could grind on, and that was Asta's voice. Then of course the, animation, like we've had some stumbles here and there with this Black Clover anime, the animation a lot of times dipping in quality. I want to say maybe the last couple years though, it has been pretty stabilized. Like there's been no real big instances of like, oh my god, this looks horrible. So along the way, just like the Black Wolves and Asta, the studio as well figured out like, yo fam, we gotta step it up, we gotta step our game up, we gotta improve. So we didn't really have those big blunders that we had early on in the last couple years. And wow, I honestly wish that they would have, if they were gonna end Black Clover, just my opinion, at the very least for now, or whatever the heck is gonna happen with the franchise, I wish that they would have ended it before the time skip. That way, if they did want to bring it back, they could have rebranded it Black Clover, a Magic World Beyond, or some crazy shit like that. Like I wish they would have done that, opposed to like getting into again midway arc. But I'm imagining what happened is that they wanted to wrap up a big plot thread, which the time skip, it wraps up certain elements, but it doesn't wrap up like who Asta is, what's going on with that devil. And I think that that's one of the main things that they wanted to accomplish. That's also why in the manga it was like, wait a minute, because when we started seeing, in the episode you see it as well, Kahona and all of the people lit that Asta went up against throughout the series, it feels like it's embodying like, yo, this is everything that led up until this point to wrapping up the Black Clover anime. When I saw that in the manga, I was like, yo fam, this feels like it's ending, but more than likely it was them in Yuki Tabata's ear saying, yo, we need a big grand wrap-up finale. Can you do something like this for the fight of Asta versus Liebe? So that's what I'm imagining. Again, yeah, Black Clover anime, it's been one hell of a ride. At this particular point, the biggest thing we have to look forward to is the movie. And I want to caution people, if you are watching this video, if you're a Black Clover fan, I need to urge you that when the Black Clover movie comes out, if you want the Black Clover anime to return, if you want to see more Black Clover anime in the future, even after this movie, go support it. Go support this movie to let them know, because I feel like personally, based on everything I've seen, and I'm paying attention very closely, it looks like a lot is riding on this film. If this film does gangbusters, if this film even does like half of what Demon Slayer, a quarter of what the Demon Slayer Mugen Train film did, then they'll definitely 150% continue the Black Clover anime. However, if this movie flops, then more than likely that's it for Black Clover, or at the very least it'll be a very extremely long time until they even consider bringing back the Black Clover anime. So yeah, if you want to continue after this finale of episode 170, it is urgent, it is a must when that movie comes out to stand it. Go watch it, tell your friends to watch it, bring your family, all sorts of stuff. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's Black Clover, so you're gonna probably want to do that anyway. Like, yo, it's been so freaking amazing. Life has changed a lot. I went through this a few different times now, like with Naruto and Bleach and Dragon Ball Super. Like, life passes, like, on the real, besides just the anime you're watching, and you have that anime to go back to memories. Like, I can think back of like what was going on in my life when, the very first episode started, when the dub began, like a lot of different points I could think back, and kind of Black Clover marks time, anime marks time for me anyway, of like, oh, this is what was going on in my life at that particular point and that point. So man, I'm really gonna freaking miss it. Shout outs to Studio Pierrot for, at the very least, despite the criticisms it's faced and the challenges it's faced, giving 170 episodes. Not many series get 170 episodes for their series. In fact, it's very few that actually last that long. So shout outs to Pierrot, regardless of how you feel. Shout outs to Yoshihara, the director, that has done a phenomenal job in keeping the dream alive of Black Clover. Major shout outs to him. Shout outs to, of course, the original creator Yuki Tabata. And like I said earlier, go read the manga. Chapter 270, page 13 of 15 is where it begins, and every week it slaps. It is a great ride, and yeah, you got 17 chapters and then you'll be caught up and you could read it alongside the rest of the stuff you read for the week. But I'm very curious what you guys think. If you've been a long time Black Clover fan, hell, if you just started the series not that long ago and you're already caught up, how do you feel seeing the end? What did you think about that finale with Liebe and Licita, the backstory, Lucifero, how he's kind of slowly becoming a major threat, again, even though it's the end for now, to the Black Clover franchise, you know, the Black Clover series as a whole. The fact that he was responsible for seemingly Asta's mom, that's what it seems to be anyway. We don't know, we don't have confirmation that that's the mom or whatnot, but him seemingly being the force behind what happened to her. And just your thoughts on Asta finally befriending, not taming, but befriending the devil within. Like, I love that very classic shonen trope, but it knocks. And Asta and Black Clover, just seeing it all these years, is like, wow, yo, thank you for everything, for real. Studio Pierrot, Yuki Tabata, I'll keep reading the manga and talking about it every week, but the anime, it was an adventure. Thank you. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. Long live Black Clover. And fam, this ain't the end. We just getting started. We're gonna continue to surpass our limits. Have an awesome one.
So just go to